welcome back to Ang Tarot channel, and today we will do another pick a card reading, and it's all regards to the question, what is your next love story? So you have a crush or you're still single but still have no one in your mind? It's all welcome here into order find out what would it be in your next love story. It's like how did you guys meet and what is the flank of his personality and so on, and also the advice from the goddess and advice from the tarot to make you handle the situation better. So in front of me, as usual, there are 4 piles of cards, which is based on for you easier for you to choose. Like I will have put the different hair clips right here. So pile number 1 is gonna be this pineapple hair clip. Pile number 2 is this seashell pink seashell hair clip. Pile number 3 is the strawberry hair clip, also pink, because it's the love kind of subject, so I want to be a little bit cute, a little bit pink. And this is the 4th pile, which is the mermaid hair clip. So take all the time you need to pick out the pile of cards that is draw you to the most. And if you want to have a private reading with me regards to this question, link in the description, all the information I provided there. And thank you for coming to Anna Tarot channel and supporting me. So are you ready? Here we go. Hello pile number 1. So for who of you chose this pineapple hair clip? So just take this in mind. Wherever you are, boy or girl or any kind of genders, it's all matter to your energy. So there are 2 types of energy, feminine and masculine. Feminine is for female and masculine is for male. So kind of female or male energy, that is like male is more direct and straightforward and kind of more physical, while female is for like emotional and kind of softer, flexible in a kind of dealing the situation. So no matter you boys, girls or any genders, if it resonates with you or the other way around, just take whatever it resonates. So I have a lot of cards right here, but each of them represent the different kind of elements in your stories, and together they will build up to the content and to the flow of your story. First of all, this is the card that will show the main theme of your next love story, which is let go of control issues. And we're gonna find out his personality, his or her personality, the other person that will be your next love is Knight of Wands and 6 of Wands. How would you guys meet? Like when, where, or in what kind of situation? So it's gonna be 3 of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Now this is for advice. Next one is which kind of mutual kind of vibe, mutual feeling, mutual connection when you first meet this one. Is the Fortuner's Wheel or Wheel of Fortune and a 2 of Air. What he's gonna do or what she's gonna do after they first meet you is the Ace of Scrolls, which is the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot, and 4 of Spirals, which is 4 of Wands in the traditional tarot. The advice for you to deal the situation better or to not make it worse is Death and 7 of Swords. And for the Goddess Power oracle cards I have for you, Sophia, the goddess of divine wisdom. So let's dig deeper. So in here I see you're so worried. Maybe you're single. Maybe no. What I mean you're single is you don't have like uh you cannot handle that you are not with someone else. You are that type of person. You want to, when you get out of an old relationship, you want to jump into a new one immediately, and you just cannot stand the idea of not having someone next to you in a kind of love way. Or in this situation, you have a crush, but you are so obsessive with him or her, and you try to control every activities or stalk him, her. It's not kind of healthy, really, in this situation. And that's why they say that this love is gonna be fine if you try to let loose of it. This love gonna be not like 100%, not like what you expected. And the more you relax this love, the more this love's gonna work. You cannot control him or her. You cannot control this situation. This is, I will talk about later, but we see the wheels of fortune right here, which is talking about the divine plan, the divine universal act that acts upon you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. The more you control, the more suffer you are. So now we will move to the other personality. We are gonna dealing with somebody has strong fire signs right here. It can be sun, moon, or ascendant. So fire sign is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. I really think this one is a Sagittarius because of this adventure card. Six of Wands, talking about aiming and gaining victory. I don't think it's Leo because it's not so much shiny, if you know what I mean. Leo really loves to prove themselves and become shine in the crowd, but this one is not so much. So anyway, he's a very kind of act facts guy. He's very decisive, and he's act very quickly. He's made up his mind very quickly. He doesn't want to procrastinate everything. He doesn't want to be imaged as slow person. But sometimes being fast is not so good. And again, if you know what I mean. No, I mean like fast in everything else also. For example, when he's very decisive, but I don't say that is the good decision sometimes, because in some kind of situations, the more you take time to think carefully about it, the better. But he's a very ambitious and goal oriented. He's kind of free. He's kind of free spirit. He wants to travel the world, go on adventure, and his motto may be, what will he do after reaching the mountain's top is to reach the another mountain's top next. He always wants to push himself forward to become the better version of him. And he said, and he's a very like stubborn kind of energy, really strong-willed, keep moving forward person. He's never gonna give up in a situation that he sees a lot of potential. So a very nice guy indeed, but this kind of energy is still young for me. Knight of Wands, Knight is very young, still a lot to learn. So he's not that very mature or a stiff person yet. He has a lot of things to be developed and put in mind. So how would you guys meet? I should change this. Yeah, makes more sense. How did you guys meet? Three of Pentacles and Knight of Wands again. Knight of Wands again. It seems like you guys are like school buddies. If you are still in school, like classmates. And if you are at work, you work in the same team, and a very close friend of you in the school, or a very close colleague, really close co-worker of you in the workplace also. You are the one who always like calm him down. And for to answer the question, how did you guys meet? Is like you always help him. You it's like you two are the perfect duo. It's like he's always act fast, decisive, but you are always the one who say, hey, slow down. Maybe it's not the right thing. Maybe just think more carefully, and we will see the problems that lie in there. Maybe fast is not good enough, and it works every time. That's why he's very appreciate you, and that's why you two are the perfect duo. You complement each other. How you guys meet? Well, the first time you guys meet is each of you is introduced to the team. Maybe you just come to a new workplace, or he just moved from the other department to your team, whatever the situation. Yeah, but it's like you guys will work together or study together or cooperate together in the project and be a perfect duo. What is the mutual feeling when the first time you guys meet with each other? Like I said, like you guys feel like maybe this is the one is a little bit more exaggerated, but in the work or in the school scenario, I mean, it's like, well, this is what I lack of. He or she would think, well, you are the one that can be complete me in order to make the highest performance, in order to make me have a good grade, in order to make the team perform better. It's like fortune, the universe sends you to me, and it's awesome. He's very appreciated, and when he tried to analyze, he tried to find a logical explanation, he just cannot find it. And he appreciate every moment that takes you here to him. I really think that you guys develop like a very strong foundation of friendship or co-workership first. Just mutual respect, mutual appreciate each other, doesn't have conflict that much. You guys are different, but it's a very good different if it's complement together. And to a fair, as I said, you guys make each other have to think again more carefully before doing something. For example, sometimes you also need some kind of fast decision or take risk in order to be on time and to grab all the chances, the opportunities before it slip away. And he or she, the other person, will help you do it. And vice versa. As I said, when he or she acting so fast and it may harm himself or herself, you will save them from that. It's like, well, whoa, so slow a little bit. Maybe that's not a good thing to be fast. And yeah, he or she had to admit it. Yeah, you're right. Slow is also not a bad thing that much. And what he's gonna do after he realized that he loves you already, so you will totally know because he's the one who's gonna say it first. So he's gonna propose to you first, he's gonna confess to you first, he's gonna be the one who is very active because hello, he's the fire sign, Knight of Wands, Six of Wands. So you would never doubt, you would never gonna Google yourself into the internet and say, if he did this, would he love me? No, you don't have to be very confused about it because he's gonna show you very clearly. And for the Knight of Wands, he's gonna act rather than said, but in this time he's said very directly to you. And also you can confirm that by his action with you, also his behaviors. It's very clearly, you're never gonna question back again whether or not he loves you. And for spirals, maybe his move is to try to invite you to his home, but don't think that he's only want to have something from you, if you know what I mean. It's not that dangerous. It's just he wants you to come to his world. Like he wants to show you that he has a 3 right now, right? I'm not a very gamer girl, so that's why I don't know. He's gonna show you his life, his pet maybe, his home life. It's like to get to know, to prove himself to you and to let you know something more about him. And he really hopes that you will like his home life, because his intention is to bring you home every time. Congratulations. And the advice for you is, as I said in the beginning of the spread, you seems like the kind of person who is very controlled, and maybe he sees that from you also, but 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 because this is the beginning stage of the love story, so everything is fine. But time by time, if you do not fix that, it will become something like a bad habit pattern, and it will harm the love, because obsession is not love. That's the core meaning. Obsession is different from love. So just try to change that, and maybe talk to him if you need to. He's also understand it, and just want to work with you to find a best solution for you in that kind of issue. And just don't be afraid to confront. Every couple fight. Two persons like stay long with each other. It doesn't have to be that person is very compatible with each other, but it's all about sympathy. They are sympathetic with each other, and they just kind of understand and just like try to adapt with each other's behaviors and mindset. But of course, if he's crossed the limit, he crossed your limit, just leave him without any kind of consideration. But what I mean is, don't try to avoid the confrontation. It's not healthy for you, and sooner or later it will booming out into a very big kind of catastrophic problem, and you will regret about it rather than stay this sooner. So that is my advice for you in this situation. And for the goddess Sophia, divine wisdom, she advised you to stay very logically in this love story. Act up on emotion, especially in the negative emotion state like angry, jealous, or sad. Never gonna work in a very good result. So keep your logical thinking very brightly while you make the most important decision in this kind of love story, and you'll be alright. So thank you, pile number 1, for joining me. If you want to be more specific in this reading, don't feel hesitate to contact me in the information I provided in the description. But for now, bye bye. Hello, pile number 2. So for who of you chose this pink seashell hair clip? I have to say first, in this kind of reading, it's all about feminine or masculine energy. Feminine is more flexible, acts on emotional, and kind of soft way energy. And masculine energy is more straightforward, physical, more decisive, more manlyhood. So dependence, I like don't care so much about the genders, like male, female, any kind, LGBTQ. I always support you guys. Just take care about the feminine and the masculine energy based on the behaviors, the actions, and the mindset of the people in the situation. So take it how it resonates with you, no matter it's the right way or the vice versa way. Just take whatever resonates with you. So here we go. As you see, I have a lot of cards, but each of cards is represented the different elements that can build up your story, and to describe it more in the multiple aspects in your next love story. So here we go. This first card is all about the main theme of your next love story, which is flirt. So we're gonna start up with flirt. And second, we will find out which personality, which the other personality that you're dealing with is Ace of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. How you guys meet? is the sun and the magician. It seems like when or where you guys meet is gonna be very brightful, very major, very not not in a small local cafe, or it has to be in some kind of concert, maybe crowded, very mature. So what's he's gonna do when he's realized that he's in love with you? Because this question is about your next love story, so it's gotta be one of you fall in love. The sun and the acrobat, we are dealing with a very bright spread today. Your advice, the advice for you in this situation to not make it worse, is the devil and the queen of pentacles. Mutual feeling when the first time you guys meet with each other is patience and seven of fire. And the goddess that has an advice for you is Kali, liberation. And Kali is the war goddess in the Hinduism. So, war goddess or the destruction goddess? I think both, yeah. So, let's get started with it. So, you're dealing with this situation a very light-hearted way, flirty, not so much serious things, and you guys gonna be having a very good time with each other. Very slow, very light, very kind of dreamy. It's a very kind of good vibe because life is serious enough. Life is make you stressful enough. It doesn't make sense if love also makes you stressful, right? So congratulations. This is a very light and bright kind of situation. I think it is because you guys are both like dealing with serious things in life enough. That's why you guys have the mutual feelings in this kind of vibe, is to make it more lighthearted and to make it each other's relax rather than force each other into dealing with something serious. Moving on to the other personality is the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So this person, maybe sun or ascendant is in water, but moon is in earth sign. So water signs is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and moon signs maybe in earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. For the Ace of Cups, I think it rather be Cancer. And for the Seven of Pentacles, I have a strong vibe of Capricorn. Because Seven of Pentacles is all about pouring your resources, pouring your energy, pouring your mind into accomplish something. And that is very Capricorn style. So he's a very loyal, dedicated person and kind of magic. And at first he might show you that he's very emotional. Not very, but like he wants to approach you in the emotional way first. But the more you know from him, you will realize that he's more materialistic. He loves someone he shows the love by his behaviors, his dedication to make your life together better rather than just say something very empty. He proves it. He's not gonna talk about it only, but he proves by actions also. He's a very stable, kind of loyal person. Congratulations. How do you guys meet? Magician and the Sun. I mean, you guys may meet in an event. I really believe that. In a very big event. Like enormous event, main event in your city. It's gonna be like event about exhibition, maybe a science fair, scientific exhibition, or just in a museum, and the museum happens to have a very big event. Because of this, the sun here is like crowded, sunlight, taking days to end an event. People meet and greet each other. Like, yeah, it's like, and you guys just accidentally talk with each other very naturally. Or maybe he's the host of the event. He's the owner of one of the uh, stores in the event. If that's an exhibition, I really think this is an exhibition, fair, museum, and he's the one who has the knowledge about that kind of event, and you just accidentally talk with him, and the more you talk, the more you guys realize that you guys are very compatible when talking with each other, and you very respect and appreciate his knowledge about that event because you also like those kind of topics. That's why you came to this event also. And the mutual feelings that you guys have when you guys first met is very patient and patient, and seven of fire is talking about like it's like ready to go. It's like no doubt the vibe between between you guys really like shouted out that no doubt this is really the right one for me. He's very connected with me in a very strange way, and I don't know about this, but I feel very calm with him. It's like no conflict at all. But of course, this is just a first impression, so time by time this will fade away. But yeah, this is the first impression, and it's very very good already. And what will he do if he or she, if the other person finds out that he or she really in love with you? Brace yourself. He's or she's the type of guy who confess or propose or show you that he loves you in a very very uh public way. Yeah, it's like he makes plan because this is the page of stones. He makes plan, and he's trying to perform something maybe like a flash mob, or just bring a very uh big pile of flowers to your home, turning on the boombox and wake up every kind of your neighbors just to declare his love to you. Or if you go for a Spanish vibe, kind of romantic, he's gonna be drag the guitar with him and stand under the balcony and sing for you like how much he loves you, and you just poke your head out of the balcony and say, what the freak? I'm kidding. It's like, if you are this type of girl, you will appreciate it because no one has ever done this with you before, and you two are just crazy for each other. That's why. So this is a very interesting pile, very interesting energy, and kind of young, energetic, crazy, wild energy. I really like it. And the advice for you is the Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. These two cards. So, no matter how crazy and wild this connection may take you to, but you should still stay on your ground. Know who you are. Don't get dragged away by those wild, crazy kind of emotions. Because while once you lost yourself, you're very hard to find your way back. And it's not good in any kind of relationships, not just love relationship. So just be careful of that. Okay, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. And if you guys want to be more in depth about this question, don't hesitate to contact me, link in the description. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. So, for who of you chose this strawberry hair clip? Here's your reading. But first, I have to explain something. Doesn't matter the other person or you is what kind of gender, like female, male, LGBTQ. I really don't care, and I support all of you no matter what gender is. And just take this as the energy. So we have two kinds of energy: female, which is feminine energy, or male, masculine energy. So dependence on the actions, behaviors, mindset of each individuals in the story, you will know who has the masculine energy and who has the female or feminine energy. So just take what resonates with you, and if it's not, just let it fly. So come to the reading. As you see right here, I have a lot of cards, but each of them like represented each element to build up your next love story. So here we go. This card is about the main theme of your next love story, which is soulmate. Oh, congratulations. The personality of the other person, we have Two of Swords and King of Swords. Interesting. So, how would you guys meet by these two cards? Two of Swords and Eight of Pentacles, sorry. Which is the mutual feeling? What is the mutual feeling when you and this guy first meet with each other? We have Ten of Fire and Six of Air. Wow, this pile is intense. Woo! Brace yourself. What would this other person do if he or she find out that she in love with you? We have Green Man, which is the Emperor, Seven of Scrolls, which is Seven of Swords in the traditional tarot. Your advice is Ace of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. And the goddess is in your support is Nike, ambition. So, Nike is the goddess of victory in the Roman mythology. So, at first the soulmate came out, it's like, I'm really excited. But then, the more the cards come out, it may be a karmic connection for you. But don't be afraid, the karmic connection is all about teaching you some kind of lessons. And no matter what, to evolve yourself, you have to deal with these kind of connections in order to be a better version of you. So, we will go to this other personalities. So it's Two of Swords and King of Swords. So, he or she is very strong in air sign. Sun sign, moon sign, ascendant in air, which is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. I really think this is a Gemini or a Libra because Two of Swords is right here. And two, when you mention two, is like two of the scales of Libra or two children of Gemini. So he or she is a very witty person, very indecisive also, so maybe a Libra. Like really conflict with himself or herself, but also in the workplace or in regards to talking, communication, or knowledge, he or she at his best. Very strong in communication, maybe strong in word also, maybe too strong, like straightforward, and maybe hurt others' feelings, and maybe only based on the logical thinking to argue about something, not emotional. A very logical foundation. So yeah. How did you guys meet? It's really I'm seeing that at first you guys would be like, it's like you guys in, if it's in a workplace scenario, you will be like competitor to each other. Maybe you and him work in two different companies who are the competitors to each other, or you and him are in the same companies but always compete with each other, who always have a conflict with each other. And if you're in school, it's like you and him are always be competitive by the rank or the scores in class. Or if you are in the same team in class or in work, you guys always like fight with each other because very different mindset, very different opinions. Yeah, I really think this is like kind of a workplace because Eight of Pentacles is right here. So, what is the mutual feelings? Ooh, wow, intense. Ten of Fire or Ten of Wands, and Six of Air. Mutual feelings when you first meet each other is like you guys always fight, and it's very hurtful, tired, energy drained. Yeah, you see how all the letters, all the arguments are burning, surrounding her. Yeah, it's like you're really tired. You just want to not fight anymore. Just burn it all because it's too much already. Too much to handle already. Six of Air is like you really, every time that you meet him, you talk with him, it's always kind of conflict. He never says something you want to hear, and vice versa. And your opinions and your mindsets are too different that at one time you really think that you can do anything to get out of this kind of situation. You don't want to fight with him anymore, in the workplace or in the school, in a life kind of situation. Yeah, but yes, somehow you guys fall in love with each other, so very karmic. But yeah, what I really think that he's the one who's gonna fall in love with you first, because at one time because he's very indecisive. At one time he will think again and say, or he's in some kind of situation and he realized that what you said is true, and he's like, well, what you said is true, so I'm very guilty, and he starts to thinking about you, and voila, he just realized that he wants to be with you. So what he's gonna do after he realized that he's in love with you already, the Green Man, which is the Emperor, and the Seven of Scrolls, or Seven of Swords in the traditional tarot, he wants to have you. The end, he wants to have you, and he wants to learn more from you. As in another word, I think that he wants to face his fear, because you are his fear, and I think that he is your fear also. Because whenever you guys meet, there's always a conflict, and it's like a ball of fire. But he realized, and maybe later you also realize, that it helps you to be open-minded, sympathetic, and just learn to love, embrace the differences between people. Yeah. Advice for you in this situation: remember, love yourself first, and try to evaluate the situation before decide to go with this or not. If one time you just not value yourself in the best way, you might end up very hurtful. And just be careful in this kind of situation. Is this what you want, or you just dragged by the interesting kind of situation, by the differences between each other's mindsets and personalities? So just be careful in this kind of situation. Nike ambition is here in your support. Sometimes winning an argument, especially in the love or the close relationships, is not all about true or false, and you should also teach him this. It's all about appreciate and respect each other's opinions, and just try to live along with each other and be sympathetic. Ambitious is good, but just in the work kind of criteria, please don't bring it into love. So I hope you are happy with your spread, and just I'm really worried about this connection because it sounds very karma to me. Just try to be careful, don't hurt yourself, don't try to dig yourself into a situation where it's not good for you. But for now, wait. But for now, I see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Sorry, pile number 2, I forgot to read the message from Kali, liberation, the war and the destruction goddess of Hinduism, and to see what is her advice for you in this kind of situation. So when resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It's easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontent. When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed in the world. So, Kali is simply advice for you that don't, as I said before, just don't try to hoard the emotions just for yourself. Try to communicate, try to talk out with each other. Don't be being fooled by all the fancy crazy wild things that he do, and just stick with your ground. And if there is any resentment, just let it out in the most sustainable way. Don't just ram it over and make the situation worse. And if in the situation that you do not feel any freedom, just get out. And if you're feeling you'll be fooled, you're being tricked over, get it out. Don't keep any resentment and just try and stay into the bad situation. Yep. Thank you, pile 2. And now it's really complete the pile 2. Thank you and bye bye. See you the next time. Hello, pile number 4. So for who of you chose the mermaid hair clip, here's the reading for you. So I have to explain something first. It's like no matter what the genders, all in tarot cares is the energy, feminine and masculine energy, depends on the behaviors, mindset, and opinions of each individuals in this story, that you can know who is the feminine energy and who is the masculine energy. So whatever resonates with you, just take it, or if it's not, just let it fly. So now for your reading. As you see, I have many cards right here, but each of them represented one kind of categories that is suited to complete your stories. So this is gonna be the main theme of your next love story. Here we go. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. This is the personalities of the other person. We have Knave of Cups and King of Cups, or jealousies. Interesting, very emotional, very water sign. How would you guys meet? Justice and King of Swords. Interesting. What would he do when he found out that he's already in love with you? We have the Hierophant, which is the divine child, and Gaia, the Empress. The Empress. Yeah. The advice for you in this situation is Eight of Swords and Justice. So, what got us in your support is Bridget, Creative Spark. So, let's get it started. Oh, I forgot. There's missing 2 cards, which is the mutual feeling between you two when you first meet each other. I will shuffle right now. We have Ace of Earth. And Transformation, which is in the traditional tarot, is death. Okay. So no doubt, you guys have lots of chemistry with each other. And maybe you guys are not very compatible with each other, but there are a lot of magnetic chemistry right here. It's like you really feel like you are destined for each other. So about his or her, the other person personality, we have Knave of Cups and King of Cups. So we are dealing with a strong water sign, emotional kind of person right here. So Sun, Moon, Ascendant, water sign, which is Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. He's a very, maybe at this stage he's a very kind of young emotion energy, but by in a relationship with you maybe in the future, and his goal is to intend to be the better version, very mature in emotion, and just grow up to be a responsible and better man for anyone who falls in love with. How did you guys meet? Justice and King of Swords. I really think that you don't take this a wrong way, but it's like he's your boss or your teacher, and he's gonna, no matter what, he's gonna teach you a lot about how life works. And maybe you are not very caring. No, I mean not very serious about laws, and not serious about rules, and maybe a little bit dreamy, not down to earth. So he's gonna teach you that fact that the world is not a dreamy place. All the best for you. He sounds like a very kind of down to earth and very intelligent, full of knowledge person. He can teach you a lot of things. Your boss or your teacher or someone that is uh, very sharp in mind and can teach you a lot of things. What is the mutual feeling when you guys first meet each other? We have transformation and Ace of Earth. So as I say, you guys maybe not so much like click with each other, compatible in a mindset, but you guys are very respect to each other, because each others is like know something that the others don't know, and they always, and you always accept each other's opinion because it completes you. But it requires, to make this kind of long term, it will require you to transform a little bit of yourself and try to adapt to the others' behaviors, because it's a whole new world welcome you if you are in the relationship with this person. And you have the feelings like it's gonna be something very valuable, something that you will be treasure for the rest of your life, this kind of relationship. So congratulations, this is a very good vibe. And for the next step, when the other person has known that they love you, we have the Hierophant and the Empress. This kind of person may be really maybe he's older than you in age. He's very sharp in mind, very knowledgeable, because he has been worked and studied very hard in his life. But about the emotion, maybe he doesn't have that much relationships before, so that's why his emotion is still, it's like he doesn't have that much experience in love. That's what I'm talking about. So and he's also, oh, like in age maybe more than 30 already. So he's very serious when he finds someone to love. He's not gonna find someone who is short term. When he and there's a very big chance that he sees you, because you are very respected each other, especially you very respected his idea, his knowledge, in like you always look up to him. So he's gonna want to build a family with you for real. He wants to have a baby with you. He wants to be your husband. He wants to make you his wife, and he's gonna propose very soon after being in a relationship, because he's not the type that wants to date a lot, but rather to get married. He's a very committed people. Committed personality, yeah. So well, congratulations. It's like this is a very healthy relationship, because you complement each other in a very mature way, and you teach each other to look through each other's spectacles. So if you guys are both healthy, both mental and physically healthy person, this comes out a very possible marriage, and a good one actually. So the advice for you in this situation is to try to remain humble especially in the knowledge, because if you try to prove to him that you are better than him in knowledge and his opinion is nothing, does not make sense to you, you will harm yourself in this situation. And just try to treat fairly with each other. He really likes fair. There's justice both appear here and here. So don't use double standards. Try to treat each other fairly, and if there's something, just try to communicate very straightforward, fairly, and please don't like rely on him to understand. No, without any communication, there's no such thing like that. Yeah. And about Bridget, she's got a message for you in this kind of situation about creative spark. I will read it for you. Creative spark. Bridget, sometimes you get into a creative slump and you feel frozen in midair, unable to move in any direction. Perhaps you are unsure of the next step with someone new, or a project becomes a looming behemoth in your mind, or you can't think of anything to say in a social moment. Maybe you think all your best ideas are gone. Bridget offers you the alignment task of moving your attention away and remembering what it was like when you were little, when you finger painted and drew stick figures and played with your pals in a sandbox or playground. So, what she's saying to you is just try to look everything as a child perspective in a very brightful, full of creative ways, and don't and just like treat each other in a very sympathetic way of love, because no love is better than the child love. It's very pure. It's not going to be rely on materialistic uh, elements. Just love each other purely. That's what Bridget wants to say to you. And try to make your love life interesting, so you will be fine. Well, I hope you're happy with your readings. I hope it resonates with you, and if you want to get more in depth about this reading, you have all the information in the description to contact with me. But for now, bye bye. I'll see you later in the next reading.